I know that this is going to seem like a completely random version of a tangent, especially when it comes to video games and stuff like that. But I simply don't understand why people think Trevor is the craziest GTA villain. Because in actuality, he really isn't. Well, GTA protagonist or main character, whatever the title y'all want to claim him as, he's not the craziest one. Now, don't get me wrong, the dude is completely off his rocker. I simply want to show you the person that is the absolute craziest GTA protagonist main character ever. Especially when you take a moment to step back and really think about the stuff that he done.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
And that's CJ, aka Carl Johnson from Grove Street. Because if you take a step back and really think about all the people that he killed for the sake of just killing, or just because they was in his way at one point in time, he probably has a higher kill count than some of your favorite Call of Duty characters or your favorite Mafia characters. At least Trevor knows he's insane. CJ doesn't think he's crazy. He thinks he's the most sane person and did nothing wrong, which is terrifying. Just to debunk and say more about how I don't think Trevor is the craziest GTA character ever and how I think CJ is, and that's simply because of the territories. The territories in GTA is where the gang members live. And 97% of the game, it's not even mandatory to take over these areas. It's something CJ can do on his off days. There's three waves of enemies that are trying to protect their territory, aka where they live. So let's be generous and say that there's 10 gang members each wave, and there are three waves total. Before the final mission, you're required to take over 20 territories. So 10 times 3, 3 waves, that's 30. So 30 times 20, that's 600 people he killed. If we apply that same math to all the territories, he caught 1,700 bodies on his off days. And I do get some people say Nico Bellic. He had multiple mob organizations after him. A lot of it was self defense and to pay off his cousin's debts. Meanwhile, CJ just does it for respect. Mind you, Grove Street turned their back on him multiple times. And I do understand that Trevor is crazy, especially when you pan over to them. Who knows what he'd be doing as soon as you switch over to him? It'd be the most randomest things in the world, and he's ready to crash out on anybody. But not just anybody, because he knows who to go crazy with. This is Kendall Johnson, aka Carl Johnson's sister. Some construction workers, aka civilians, aka non gang related, was catcalling her because how she's dressed. She gets upset and says, "Do I look like a hooker?" Meanwhile, I'm not saying that she is, she just got the uniform. So CJ started rubbing his hands like Birdman, itching to kill those jokers. And mind you, he said that, oh, I was interested in some property. And he never used it. He killed every construction worker that day, destroyed their business, and the headman that hid in the porta potty, CJ pushed him in a ditch and buried him alive in cement. So he died suffocating to his own and other people's feces. I'm sorry, that's top 3 worst deaths in video game history. Just so people can get a better understanding on how insane the CJ situation really is in regards to Kendall and that construction site. So imagine you work at a warehouse, construction site, or wherever, and 2 or 3 guys at your job just so happen to hit on a random female that they see walk across the street. And that same female is wearing the same type of clothes that they typically see working girls wearing. Not saying that she is, by the way. And some random dude pops up on the site, kills the 3 guys that hit it on his sister, and not only that, he destroys the buildings that are related to the business and kills everybody else that's on the site that tries to stop him. And get this, the foreman, who probably had nothing to do with it, and simply hides in a porta potty. So this guy buries the foreman alive under cement with his and other people's feces, most likely suffocating to death. And then he goes on like nothing happens, like it's a regular day. Oh, and by the way, he also jumps off of another plane to hijack another plane, which is insane. He killed everyone on that plane, used it later to kill more people.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more anime content. And definitely comment because I literally read every single comment. And I definitely want to hear people's feedback and what their thoughts is in regards to my opinion on any of this.